This is the FM Gold channel of All India Radio. In the program Money Talk Now, we bring you a dialogue on agricultural growth during current fiscal. The participants are K.A. Badrinath, Policy Editor, Financial Chronicle, and Sanjay Jha, Journalist.
India will emerge as a strong middle-income country if its economy grows at 8 to 9% per annum in the coming decade, fueling the per capita GDP from current $1,600 to $10,000 by 2025. And agriculture has to play a very, very significant role in the growth of the economy. As we had hoped that we will have around 4% of agriculture growth for this year, we have already had 2 quarters. Now, we are in the 3rd quarter. What kind of indications are you getting as far as the agriculture sector is concerned?
Sanjay, the issue is that we had bountiful monsoon, thankfully, and more than expected monsoon. It was one of the longest monsoons that we had this year. In some parts of the country, especially in states like Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, elsewhere, you had floods as well. And in other parts of the country, you had decent monsoon, where normally every finance minister prays that there should be good bountiful monsoon so that the agriculture output would be as expected or as estimated. Finance minister this year in 2013-14 budget and aftermath, there were indications that the agriculture growth would be around 3.4%. The Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council, headed by Chakravarti Rangarajan, has estimated that it could be around 3.4%. Issue is, will it happen? Will it not happen? What are the issues that possible challenges and concerns? There are lots of concerns as well as there are lots of positives as well when you go to the agriculture production side. The recent future, say for example in 11th plan, it was around 3.6%. That aggregated. In 9th and 10th plan, it was 2.5% and 2.4%. Just 3-4 days back, there was a World Bank report which says that agriculture growth will be the key to achieving at least 4.7% GDP growth in this fiscal for the India. That will it happen? Will it not happen? Till now, the indications have been that we will achieve at least 250 million tons of food grains like more or less last year or plus or minus 5 million tons either ways. The bountiful monsoon will definitely act as a positive for bringing in good food grains and also dampen the prices of most of the food grains, vegetables, fruits, millets, cereals and elsewhere in the market. You are aware that prices of most of these items are increasing because of the seasonal, in some parts there are shortages, and because of that, the supply side constraints which most of the economists say. So because of the supply side constraints, there are lots of pricing pressure is there very much in the retail market.
You said there are challenges, some positive about this agriculture growth, but we don't see in reality the growth coming out to the consumers. If you talk about food inflation, which has been, wholesale price index is around 18%, and consumer price index still hovers around 11%. That still remains a dream that people will get at a cheaper price. Today you're talking about onion touching a rate of 90 rupees per kilogram. Also, if you talk about the Kharif, I don't think we'll be able to achieve the agriculture target of around 4%, as we discussed, with less than 1% increase in Kharif food grain production for this year. You may say that we will be able to achieve that, the target is not unachievable, but how it doesn't portend like it doesn't give that masses.
You're true to an extent that food inflation, which is around 18%, then consumer price index as per, it's also in the double digits, which is a major concern. This has been the concern in the last few months because of the localized shortages that we have been experiencing in different markets across the country. Also, certain events have happened, like for example, the Telangana agitation, United Andhra Pradesh agitation, which is countering it, had disrupted the supply chain in Andhra. And say for example, the floods in Orissa has disrupted the supply chain. But now that the monsoon is very bountiful, at least the next 1 or 2 months, this pressure on the prices is likely to moderate. This is what at least the Planning Commission says. This is at least what the Finance Ministry says. This is what at least the Agriculture Ministry says. This is what at least the Food Ministry says. And most of the estimates say that there would be moderation in the prices of most of the commodities. Also, you must not forget that we have very bountiful stocks of food grain. You have about 80 million tons of wheat lying in the godowns, 50 to 60 million tons of rice that is there, which can be quickly pushed out. And also with the food security program that is sought to be initiated, obviously more and more cheaper food grain are likely to be available, at least through this program, for the vulnerable sections.
I would like to just counter you. Government had such a big storage of food grain lying in their own stock. Why do we see this inflation, like the cost of these even food grains, forget about vegetables, going up? Why can't they put that out in the market so that the price is contained, and then when the price moderates, they can again buy it?
You have a point. There are different commodities which are behaving in a different way in the agriculture markets, which is also pinching the common man in some cases. In some cases, the access is an issue. For instance, the food grains. There's a lot of food grains, both wheat and rice, which is there in the godowns. And you don't even have storage places enough to store these food grains. So now what happens is, when the food security program takes off in full flow, most of these food grains will be exhausted, making space for the fresh food grains during the next season, number one. In the case of vegetables, fruits, and other agricultural products like eggs, and other things. For instance, yes, definitely there is a massive problem there, and there are no easy answers for such problem of supply constraints. Possibility is that the linkages between the production centers of our farms and the markets is not there. Henceforth, there is a disruption in the supplies. Henceforth, it could be that the prices continue to rise. Yes. You are aware that onions, there have been reports today that onion prices in Delhi in certain markets may go up to 90 rupees to 100 rupees ahead of the festive season, which is already underway. But there are also reports that organizations like NAFED, Mother Dairy and elsewhere, they're selling onion at anything between 48 rupees to 68 rupees. So there is some kind of a market intervention in terms of the vegetables, and wherever they can do it. Because the market intervention in vegetables cannot be done across commodities. And also we cannot forget that India is the largest producer of most vegetables that you see on this face of the earth.
And India also has the largest amount of loss in the transit.
Yes. Also, it is a fact that more than 21% of our produce in terms of vegetables and fruits just rot in the fields.
Agriculture infrastructure, the government has now obviously come out with Right to Food bill, and I think there is a general consensus that there is a requirement of pushing for agriculture infrastructure, and it requires special attention. Otherwise, agriculture growth at 4% per annum is also essential to ensure food security and to contain poverty. So, infrastructure initiatives, you think, for the agriculture sector, we need to immediately address so that this 4% can be 6% and 8%. And when you have a agriculture growth of 4% or 6%, it propels the overall GDP growth. Because, still a large number of Indians, our countrymen, are involved in agriculture, either directly in the fields or in the allied businesses.
You are right, Sanjay. When you say that, you need a lot of infrastructure constraints need to be sorted out. The finance minister has been focusing on that. One issue is agricultural infrastructure that needs to be developed. For that, at least half a dozen schemes have been initiated. And most of these schemes need to be rolled out by the states. It's a fact that in last 1 year, some amount of improvement in the agriculture, food grains or vegetables or fruits or flowers has increased in a modest way, but a beginning has been made. Secondly, when you come to the issue of overall GDP growth and all that, As I said in the beginning, unless you have a 4% GDP, the agriculture growth, you will not even achieve 4.7 to 5% GDP growth that you are projecting for this financial year. So henceforth, agriculture continues to be the key. And also it is a key for Indian economy, though it is now diversified into industry, into huge services and elsewhere, because over 60% of our population continues to depend upon agricultural economy, allied industries, food processing industries, and the food chain as such. So the food economy for India is very it's like backbone. So there is no shortcut. Yes, China and Brazil have done extremely well in terms of increasing their food productivity chain. But it's also a fact, after the first green revolution in India, there has been a lot of activity that has happened, definitely in the agriculture sector, and the food economy has definitely improved. It is a fact that India has turned out to be the largest producer of milk, the vegetables, fruits, major spices, fibrous crops, jutes, millets, castor oil seeds. So, there are a lot of areas. And we are also the second largest producer of wheat and rice as well.
But we spoke about agriculture growth, and almost 45% of total food grain production in our country is during the Kharif season. And obviously this has always a telling impact on overall food production we are talking about. But as we just discussed, that the Kharif grain production has not really done very well. If you make like-to-like comparison, Kharif food grain has estimated growth around 10% from around 118 metric ton for the first advanced estimate of FY13, financial year 13. But in its absolute term, it's a less than 1% increase in food grain for this year. And that has also now dashed the hope of achieving around 4% of agriculture growth. How do you see what would have gone wrong that Kharif production is not coming in the way we had projected?
As I have said, the monsoon this time around has been very good. And there is every hope that whatever little reduced production that you have seen, or reduced growth, or moderation in the growth of food grains you have seen in the Kharif would be made good in the Rabi season. Also, it's a fact that last year, whatever you have achieved of 250 million tons is likely to be surpassed this financial year as well because of the good monsoon. And also it's a fact that because of this bountiful rain as well as improved agriculture infrastructure, definitely it will have a positive impact on the food prices in the next 3 months. And it may not pinch as much that it is doing right now for you and me or the others at all.
We can hope for a less price for our food grains and the vegetables in the coming months. There is also good news about the maize production. Many people believe that official production is very conservative and it would be a strong revision subsequent estimates, and it's likely to surpass all record this year. I mean, the economists are saying that we can expect a bumper crop with production possibly crossing 18 metric ton by the time the government comes out with its second advance estimate. So there is a good news on some sectors, there is a bad news on some sectors, but overall
it's a mixed picture right now at this point of time. This is in terms of, it's a story in the making, you can say, Sanjay.
Yes, so let's hope that in the coming months consumer get to access the food grains, the vegetables at a cheaper price, and that's what everybody hopes for in the festival time. Thank you very much for your time, Badri.
Thank you.
You were listening to a dialogue on agricultural growth during current fiscal. The participants were K.A. Badrinath, Policy Editor, Financial Chronicle, and Sanjay Jha, journalist. It came to you in the program Money Talk, produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. This program is also available on our website, newsonair.nic.in. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com.